Okay, hello everybody. I just want to do a quick video on how we get the audio recorded using I have a mid 2011 iMac, and I have a Mackie 1202 VLZ Pro, which is just a really old analog mixer that I had in storage somewhere. So we took it out, and what I basically have here is the mixer plugged into the port. So if you'll notice, the back of the iMac, the mid 2011 iMac, had both a audio line out and an audio line in. The newer iMacs actually got rid of the audio line in, but I think they might have integrated it into the line out so it can be both in out. I don't really know how that works. So if you do have questions about that, I can research it, maybe mention it in the comments, and I can research it and see how to do it on a later iMac. But anyway, my iMac had an audio line in, so what I'm basically doing is out of the Mackie in the back here, there's an Alt 3 or 4 port, and I'll show you the back on an image here. So you notice there's Alt output, right and left. So what's that basically doing is going out into the audio in port of the Mac. And the cable I'm using is a pretty standard cable you can get, which is a, let me maybe open this up for you. Okay, so one side of the cable has the left and right mono tip sleeve connectors. Red, of course, is right. Black here is left. And then there's a 3.5 millimeter or 1/8 of an inch standard stereo cable, small stereo cable. So basically that cable is the same one here that's plugged into the Alt 3 and 4. So in the back of the Mackie, the Alt 3 and 4, right and left. And it goes into the back of the iMac and plugs into the line in on the back of the iMac here. Okay, so the good thing about these, well, not really good or bad, but an interesting thing about these Mackie mixers is that they've basically implemented a separate stereo channel, an extra stereo bus using the mute buttons. So instead of mute just going nowhere, when you push mute on these, it can be redirected to those Alt 3 and 4. So basically, here's your mute, and you'll notice it says Alt 3 and 4 right underneath. When you push that down, if you have something plugged into Alt 3 and 4, the Alt outputs, then that, that channel will be basically going through that extra stereo bus. So what I have done here on the thing is I have right now 2 inputs plugged in. I have the microphone I'm using right now, which is plugged into this first channel. This is a Shure SM58 microphone. And then I'm testing out another microphone here that's plugged into number 2. But as you'll notice down here, I only have mute for number 1 pushed, which means only that first microphone is currently going through the Alt 3 and 4 outputs and into the computer. And then on the computer, I'm just using ScreenFlow to basically record. Now these other phono cables over here, they're plugged into the tape input left and right. And that's basically the output from my Mac. So the audio line out is split using, I think I have an example here, using this kind of cable, which has basically left and right phono and 1/8 or 3.5 millimeter stereo on the other side. So that goes from, like I said, line out on the iMac, and then I just plug it into the tape input here. So what I've done is on here where I have my headphones plugged in, I can basically listen to both the output from the computer and the output from the Alt 3 and 4. So you'll see I have Alt 3 and 4 pressed down and tape pressed down. So they're both coming through into my control room section of the mixer right now. So if you want to look on the picture here, I have alt 3 and 4 pushed down, which means that's coming through, and I have tape coming down. So basically, whatever channels I have muted and what I have coming into tape input is coming into the control room section of my mixer, and then I can use my headphone volume here to be able to monitor what's actually going on, both from the computer and from the microphone. And of course, if I use these buttons, I can decide to eliminate one of those if I don't want to hear it and things like that. The other good thing is this: if I want to overdub, so if I do a video and I want to overdub something on it, then this will allow me to monitor what's coming out from the computer and allow me to overdub on top of that. So that's pretty much the setup that I have right now. Just to give you an example of how I can switch between microphones and things like that, I'll do that. So what I'm going to do is I'll basically unmute this channel, which will turn off the recording of this microphone. Then I'll reposition my other microphone and I'll mute that channel, and then you can see how that will actually work. Okay, so I'm going to unmute now. Okay, so I just pushed mute on the channel 2 here. So this is the second channel where this microphone's plugged in, and I push the mute button here, and now output from this microphone is actually, so this microphone is a condenser microphone, so you can actually probably hear a lot more that's going on in the background right now, because it's going to pick up with a lot more accuracy or what's actually going on in the back of the house. So I'm going to have to kind of find some way to eliminate the noise from the back. But anyway, that's a good test of the setup. So thanks for watching. And if you do have any questions, then please leave the questions in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.